Good morning to all of you. Welcome to the session, the Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. As usual, let us start the session with a nice quote. What is today's quote? What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. This goes with knowledge. What we know is only a drop in the ocean. What we don't know is an ocean. This was said by Isaac Newton. So we should always remember there's so much to learn, and whatever we know, it is nothing but a drop. When you feel that way, you feel like learning more and more. A very useful quote. Now let us see the words from today's editorial. Today's editorial, you should be able to relate to the editorial. It is related to sports. It is related to the popular sport tennis, the US Open. What is the first word? Top notch. Top notch, it goes with top notch players, top notch scientists, top notch people who belong to a particular field. Means what? Of highest quality. Very high quality, we say top notch. Indomitable, a very good word. This is also an important word. Indomitable, difficult to defeat, not easy to defeat. Usually it goes with kings. In the past, it would go with kings. Now it goes with spirit. Indomitable confidence, indomitable spirit cannot be defeated under any circumstances. Deflect, to get deviated from the path, to get deflected. Mine has got two different meanings. One meaning, three rather. One, it is a pronoun. Whose book is this? Typical answer could be, it is mine or it is my book. But mine also means mining industry, mines, iron ore mine, another meaning. But in this context, mine means as a verb. Mine is usually a noun. As a verb, mine means to extract, to harness. Testament, a new word we have got for the first time, means what? Attestation. Testament of something, attestation of something. Wither usually goes with plants, means to decay, to lose the vitality. Wither, to decay. And remember, it usually goes with plants. Summon, it is a legal term we have got. And last time, summons, we got a question. Then someone said the plural of summons is summonses. That you should remember. Hope you guys remember. But summon also means to gather. It goes with courage, confidence. Brink means edge, on the verge of, on the brink of, edge of losing something or something that is negative going to happen. Quest, you all have that in abundance. A long search, long and arduous search for something. Quest for success. Sequestered, we have got this for the first time. What does it mean? Isolated and hidden away. Something that is isolated and hidden away. We use the word sequestered. Now coming to test your English, today you're going to work on 5 questions, spot the errors from previous year's papers, and 6 questions from the Hindu paper. You're going to work on Parajumble, the Guardian source. You're going to work on fillers. You're going to work on, I have brought 5 headlines from the Hindu paper, and you're going to look at the headlines and guess the meaning and write the related words. Besides, today I have brought idioms, but a new approach, completely new approach, I haven't done before. This is the first time. And now let us go to the editorial. What is today's editorial about? It is all about recently concluded the US Open. And you all must be knowing, those who follow tennis, the top-notch players did not participate. The top players of the field, of the sport, did not participate. Roger Federer, Nadal, all these players, they did not participate. The editorial says, though the top-notch players did not participate, we should not underestimate the tournament. It has brought out the new talent to the limelight, and we should appreciate. Looking at the odds, and the background is COVID-19 or pandemic. The editorial is all about the players who have won, that we should appreciate. Looking at the background, Now let us see how it starts. More at the top, more players at the top. Not the same old players, new players, more at the top. On US Open 2020, the US Open was not short on exhibition of top-notch skill and indomitable will. Was not short on. It was not deficient in. It was not lacking. One, top-notch skill, and the other, indomitable will. These two words are very important. Why does it start on that note? The US Open was not short on. It was not lacking because the top players did not participate. That is the reason why the editorial starts on that particular note. The US Open was not short on exhibition of top-notch skill. Usually it goes with players. Top-notch means of highest quality. And indomitable will. Will here means the determination. Indomitable, cannot be defeated. Both the words are very important. You should have this indomitable spirit while preparing for competitive exams. The 2020 US Open, which concluded at New York on Sunday, may not have had its usual stardust, but that should not deflect from the excellence of Dominic Thiem and Naomi Osaka, who won their first and third Grand Slam single titles, respectively. This US Open, which concluded on Sunday at New York, may not have had its usual stardust. Here, stardust means the top players, celebrities like Nadal, Roger Federer, all these top players. May not, whatever you see in green, that goes with grammar. May not have had. It's a combination of the helping verb may, which talks about possibility, and also have had, very important expression. This is in present perfect tense. Here, had is used. The helping verb have is used as a main verb, and it is a past participle form of have. May not have had its usual stardust, but contrary information. But that should not deflect, that should not deviate from the regular track, or it should not distract from the excellence of Dominic Thiem and Naomi Osaka, who won their first and third Grand Slam titles, singles titles, respectively. You all must be knowing Grand Slam. 4 tournaments go with Grand Slam. One is the US Open, the other is the Wimbledon, the third is the Australian Open, and the fourth is the French Open. All the 4 together we use the term Grand Slam. And winning a Grand Slam title is something very prestigious and the most coveted for the players, especially tennis players. Injuries and travel concerns owing to means what? Due to. Injuries and travel concerns owing to the COVID-19 pandemic forced Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal into not making the trip across the Atlantic. Across the Atlantic, Violet, it's a phrase. So 2 top players, the best players, and in the recent past, you can say, the ultimate. And one is rough and rugged, Nadal, the other class apart. He makes things look so simple, Roger Federer. He is a player who makes things look so simple, class apart. So these 2 top players did not participate for 2 reasons. One is injuries, the other one travel concerns owing to, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. World number 1, Novak Djokovic. World number 1, Novak Djokovic, chasing Federer's all-time record of 20 Grand Slams, took the bait. There is one idiomatic expression, take the bait, took the bait, to get tempted. Though there were concerns regarding this COVID-19, he took the risk, he took the bait, he participated. World number 1, Novak Djokovic, chasing Federer's all-time record of 20 Grand Slams, took the bait, only to be disqualified in the 4th round for accidentally striking a line judge with the ball. Very unfortunate incident happened. Perhaps for the first time in his career, Djokovic known as a joker. Novak Djokovic is known as a joker. He is a humorous person. He is very lively, jovial, and is a very good mimic. On the court, off the court, he makes people laugh a lot. And he is not that aggressive. But off late, sometimes what happens, players, when they lose a particular set or a few points continuously, they get frustrated. They want to take out that frustration. How do they take out? Some people break the rackets. Some people hit the ground or very hard, thump the ground. And some people may hit the ball very hard. And this guy, Djokovic, he hit the ball, but accidentally it hit one of the line judges and she fell immediately. I think the ball hit on the throat. The lady fell immediately. And because of that, he got disqualified. So it talks about that disqualification, only to be disqualified in the fourth round for accidentally striking a line judge with the ball. Among women, 6 of the top 8 were missing. Look at the paradox. The top players were missing, but it doesn't mean that we should look down upon the tournament. We should appreciate that it talks about, we should appreciate the new talent. Among women, 6 of the top 8 were missing. But in extraordinary times, strength of the competition must not be the only barometer. This is a very good expression. COVID-19 backdrop, extraordinary times, strength of the competition, that is not important. Strength of the competition must not be the only barometer. That should not be the only criterion. We should look at other parameters. The travel, the isolation, lack of fan engagement, and the persistent threat of a virus meant that players had to mine every bit of their mental energy. Look at the odd or negative aspects at the time of the tournament. One is the travel, second, isolation, lack of fan engagement. No spectators were allowed, I suppose. And the persistent threat of a virus meant that players had to. Here you see the word must in red, helping verb. You have to recollect the functions. Have to, past, had to. That is also a helping verb. You have to recollect the functions. What are the 2 functions of must? One, it is used to express a personal obligation. Second, it is used to convey the idea that something is compulsory. What are the 2 uses of the helping verb have to or has to? Third person singular we use has to. Other pronouns we use have to. It is used to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. Here, situation. They had to mine. In this context, the word mine means to extract or harness every bit of their mental energy. It is a testament, another important word, attestation to Thiems and Osaka's supreme abilities that they did not wither. So it is a sort of attestation to what? To Thiems and Osaka's supreme abilities that they did not wither, decay. They did not give in, they did not surrender, they did not yield, and managed to even summon their best tennis and fight back from the brink against the young Alexander Zverev and seasoned Victoria Azarenka, both players of top-notch skill and indomitable will. So it talks about the winners. Who are the winners this time? One is Thiem, the other one Osaka. It is a testament to Thiems and Osaka's supreme abilities that they did not wither, that is one thing, and managed to even summon. Here, summon means to gather courage, confidence, and their best tennis and fight back from the brink. Summon in this context a different meaning, do remember. And fight back from the brink means what? Edge, extreme edge of something, verge of something, losing the tournament, losing the match. Young Alexander Zverev and seasoned Victoria Azarenka, both players of top-notch skill and indomitable will. Thiem is a first-time men's major winner, 6 long years after Marin Cilic 2014 US Open, while Osaka has joined Venus Williams, Serena Williams, Kim Clijsters, and Angelique Kerber as the only active women to have won at least 3 singles majors. So it talks about the background of each player. Statistics aside, an important expression, facts aside, rumors aside, statistics aside, the tournament provided the first glimpse of, this is a phrase, the tournament provided what? The first, how it could shape up, how it could change in the absence of Federer, Djokovic and Nadal. The theme-led mid-card, which also includes Zverev, Daniil Medvedev and Stefanos Tsitsipas, made good on its promise and provided three of the four semi-finalists. All these players are upcoming players and they have the potential to win the major title, a Grand Slam title. That the 27-year-old Austrian broke through first was no surprise. Broke through first was no surprise. Not a surprise, you can also say it was no surprise. For is a conjunction. It talks about the reason. Why? He had already reached three major finals and consistently beaten the big stars. So this guy, I think this sentence talks about Alexander, the runner-up. The most recent was in Melbourne early this year, where he came within a set of defeating Djokovic in the final after having already felled the then world number one Nadal in the quarter-final. So there is one important word. Having already felled, that is important from grammar point of view, but there is one important verb here. Fall, fell, fallen. We all know that. But here the verb is fell, felled, felled. It means to cut. Usually it goes with trees. In this context, it means to defeat. While Thiem appears to be the future, Osaka, nearly 5 years younger, she's a very young player, is very much the woman of the moment. Another important phrase. The man of the moment, the woman of the moment. The Japanese, I think she has mixed origin, black and Japanese. The Japanese is the most decorated Asian singles player, and her use of the platform of being the most marketable sportswoman on the planet. Another important phrase, on the planet, to highlight instances of racial injustice, has captured, again present perfect, has captured the world's imagination. Serena, who failed yet again. She has been playing, but she is not able to win the title. Reaching the finals, but not able to win the title. Serena Williams, who failed yet again important from grammar point of view. In her quest to capture, quest means search for something, long search for something that is outstanding or extraordinary. Quest to capture a record equaling 24th Grand Slam will remain the top draw as long as she plays. Another idiomatic expression, will remain the top draw, means people want to watch her. She is the crowd puller, remain the top draw, top player. But Osaka has carved out her own identity. Usually the word carved, it goes with sculptures. Sculptures, you carve a sculpture. But in this context, it means to design. But Osaka has carved out her own identity. The immediate future of tennis may lie in a sequestered world of biosecure bubbles, but barriers are no doubt being taken down. First, carved out, I have given the meaning. Sequestered, isolated and hidden away. World of biosecure bubbles. But there is one important word here. Lie, lay, lain. One, lie, lied, another, and lay, laid. We have discussed many a time. You have to recollect. Very important grammar point of view, exam point of view. And barriers are no doubt being taken down. No doubt they are taking down the barriers. They are taking down the barriers, active voice. The barriers are being taken down by them, passive voice. This is in present continuous passive voice. This is all about the editorial. Now let us have a look at the words. Some important words are here. First one, top notch. A very good word. It sounds good, in fact, of the highest quality. Top notch skill, top notch scientists, top notch players. Indomitable spirit. Another very good word. Impossible to defeat. When you have the spirit, the confidence that no one can defeat, then you can say, I have indomitable spirit. That is very useful. Deflect. Cause to change direction. Move away from the track. Mind in this context, extract or harness. Testament, another new word, attestation. Wither goes with plants, fall into decay, to get deteriorated. Summon, an important word, the plural of summons, which is a legal term, to order someone to appear before the judge. A legal term. As a legal term, what is the plural of that? Summonses. But here summon as a verb to increase your courage or strength, to gather your courage or strength. Brink, extreme edge, brink of defeat, brink of losing, brink of something negative usually. We also use the word verge of. Quest, you all have it, a lot of it, tons of it, a long or arduous search. Quest for excellence, quest for success, carved, designed in this context, but usually chiseled, carved. These words go with sculptures. Sequestered, we have got for the first time, isolated and hidden away. What are the idioms and phrases across the Atlantic, across the street, across the road, across the ocean? So, important phrase across, a prepositional phrase. Took the bait, take the bait means what? To get tempted. You all know the word bait, it goes with fishing. When you want to catch a fish, you have to use a bait. Only then the fish gets caught. So, take the bait, past, took the bait. The only barometer, the only criterion, the only standard. So there are other things we have to consider. The first glimpse of something, praise. The woman or man of the moment, again a praise. Not in the planet, on the planet, and an important praise. Remain the top draw, be the top player to be watched. What are the questions based on this editorial? What is this editorial about? What should not deflect a keyword from the excellence of Dominic Thiem and Naomi Osaka? Based on these, you can easily write the answer. What forced Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal into not making the trip across the Atlantic? Again, easy to answer. In extraordinary times, what must not be the only barometer? Based on these keywords, you can answer. Who will remain the top draw as long as she plays? Again, who will remain the top draw? Keywords, you can answer. Now, that's all about the editorial. Test your English. When it comes to test your English, today you're going to work on 10 words from the editorial vocabulary, and you're going to work on 11 sentences, 5 from previous year's papers, 6 from the Hindu paper. You're going to work on one para jumble. You're going to work on 4 idioms, a new pattern. I don't know how you guys are going to receive. Headlines from the Hindu paper, and you have to guess the meanings of the words and write the related words. Consolidation, 10 words you have already learned. Let us start. Have a look at the first sentence and try to spot the error. Almost all the 5 you can get. That should not be a problem. Easy ones. Apprehensions, that's right. Fear that something negative may happen. Injuries, apprehensions about the COVID. Oh, that is answer. That's very good. I appreciate. If you try to write the answer immediately, that's a very good habit, and that will help in the exam. So where is the error? An easy one. What is the subject here? The woman. The woman, a person that had kidnapped a child, has now been apprehended and is being held in the city's jail. The woman that had is not correct. It should be who had. What is a relative pronoun? Who. Who is a relative pronoun to be used over here? And there's one important word, apprehend. Apprehension, a different meaning altogether. But what is the meaning of apprehend as a verb? To arrest. He has been apprehended, to arrest someone. Please go to sentence number 2. Has tried. What is that? Oh, sentence number 2, that is answer. Perfect, very good. In a first of its kind study, a team of scientists have tried to grow new stem cells in the ear that get damaged with age. Here, what is the subject? This is not the subject. In a first of its kind study, that is like a phrase providing information. A team, this is a clause, actual idea. Team of scientists. Of scientists, a phrase, don't consider. Team, it's a collective noun. What is it? Collective. noun. Collective nouns usually take a singular verb, a singular pronoun. So it is not have, it should be. Has tried. Sentence number 3. Rima decided not to watch the movie because she had to study for the quiz to be held the next day. This is also an easy one, should not be a problem. May come before first. What is this? It may come first. The previous sentence you are talking about, in a first of its kind. That is a standard phrase. All of you should remember, when I say, or when someone says, who teaches English, says, before ordinal numbers, we should use the definite article the. That's a general rule. But that is the reason why quite often I say, English has rules, English has exceptions. You should learn the rule, but you should keep it open. You should not have fixed ideas. Regular classes also, I tell students, when it comes to English, don't have fixed ideas. Learn the rule, keep things open. So when we say the first, don't take it for granted. Keep it open. Here the phrase is different. In a first of its kind, this is a standard expression, a standard phrase. Based on that, you have to use a. Here, the definite article the doesn't come into picture. That's a very good expression, a very good doubt. Have you got it, Shiv Kumar? I think you are trying to find out the same thing. Like this, so many are there, not one or two. So many. We have rules, we have exceptions. That is a problem. And because of that, some students think English is a confusing language. It is not. It is not at all a confusing language. Only a few. Every language you come across. Rima decided not to watch the movie because she had to study for the quiz. To be held is not correct. It should be to be held. That's good. To be held. It is to be held. They are to hold the quiz. You should know what is active voice, what is passive voice. They are to hold the quiz. How does it change? The quiz is to be held by them. The quiz is to be held by them. By them we don't mention. Go to sentence number 4. Athletes do various kinds of warm-up activities before they start running. Before they start running, no need to say before they start to run. Better expression, before they start running. That is better. Before they start to run is also right. It started to rain. That is also right. But if you ask me, so which is a better expression? Before they start running, before they start jumping, before they start writing. So, better expression is before they start running. Please go to sentence number 5. This is an important one. That is a good question, Anuradha. That the relative pronoun that can be used with things as well as persons. In this case, why is it wrong? But when you want to use that with persons or relative pronoun that, there are 3 rules. What are the 3 rules you have to recollect? It goes with the superlative form of an adjective. For example, he is the best speaker that I have ever come across. What is the superlative form of the adjective over here? Best. The best. Then you should use though a person, he is the best speaker that I have ever come across. That rule you have to recollect. Here, this example does not go with that rule. Again, we use a relative pronoun that. In question, with question words. Who am I that I should stop you? What is it that bothers you so much? Second rule. What is the third rule? We use a relative pronoun that with only, words like only. Only. It is only dogs that bark. Same. She has been the same person that she is. And also all. all that glitters is not gold? That's a very good question, Anuradha. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you very much. You are always ready to type. You are very good at typing, I suppose. You respond within no time. Thank you, Shiv Kumar. So, where is the error? This is an important question. If you were given a chance, this talks about a condition. What is a clue for you? If you were given a chance to live in some other country, which one would you have chosen? Which one would you choose? After the helping verb, do remember you should use bare infinitive. What is a helping verb? When you see were, you should look for would. This is a combination. If you were a bird, what would you do? But after any helping verb, if you have to use a verb, it should be in the basic form without to. And what is the word for that? Bare infinitive. You have to use bare infinitive. Have chosen is not correct. Which one would you choose is correct. That is an important question. Now let us go to the Hindu. Not today's paper, yesterday's paper, to be very candid, to be very frank. So there are 6 sentences. Try to spot the errors. Third question, what is it? What is your doubt? Third question, Anup, what is your doubt? You have to ask quickly. Rima decided not to watch the movie because she had to study for the quiz to be held the next day. What is your doubt? Anup, she had to study. That goes into the past, but the quiz talks about the future. So because she had to study, that is not present. It is she has to study. No, it doesn't go that way. That's a very good doubt. Here, what is the clue? Decided. The verb is in past. Rima decided past not to watch the movie because she had to study past. But for the quiz to be held the next day. The quiz to be held the next day. Again, you can say here that was to be held the next day. Actually, next day goes with future, but the entire context goes into past. That's a very good doubt. Please go to sentence number 1. India has accused China of not adhering to the disengagement and de-escalation plan, as agreed during the military and diplomatic level talk. Yes, of course, nothing wrong with that, Vivek. To be held the next day, on next day, the next day. The next day is a standard phrase. I don't think, yes, who is this? Kamala has got it right. Only one student. So far. I don't know about others. Now I see Vishwanath also. Here it is not diplomatic level talk. Between the countries, you should use, they are called talks. So it is not singular, it should be. Talks. The last word is not correct. Otherwise, the sentence is perfect. Please go to sentence number 2. Students set the examination difficulty with several who attempted the examination for the second time, noting that it is easier than last year. No. Who attempted, nothing wrong with that. It is used to express the reason. In English, we have 4 conjunctions to talk about a reason or cause. One is because, the second is since, third is as, and the fourth is for. Since could be a conjunction, it could be a preposition. Because, since, as, for. If you ask, so what is the difference between because and since are used for a strong reason, as and per used for a weak reason. In one exam, SBI, they gave a question, spot the errors. He could not attend the meeting as his mother was serious. A lot of candidates thought the sentence was right, but wrong. His mother was serious, strong reason. Then you cannot use a conjunction as. He could not attend the meeting because his mother was serious. That is important. So, what is the next one? Here, the whole context goes into the past. Said, reporting verb, was past, attempted past. Then you cannot say is, it should be was. It was easier than last year. Noting that it was easier, the verb should be in the past, not in present. This is what precisely I call contextual awareness. Contextual awareness is very important. When you read, students said what? The examination was of moderate difficulty, with several who attempted the examination for the second time, noting that, talks about the past, it was easier than last year. The whole thing is reporting, reported verb, then present changes to past. Please go to sentence number 3. That of last year. It was easier than last year. Then that of last year is also right. It was easier than last year. I have taken it from the newspaper. To be very specific, it should be than that of last year. Yes. Please go to sentence number 3, a lengthy sentence. Very unfortunate. Hunger deaths not acceptable. Where is the error? Yes, reading a lot is a solution. That's right. Because since oh, you're always ready to respond. I really appreciate. You're very prompt and you're sharp. That's really good, Shiv Kumar. I really appreciate your reflexes. You're a quick learner and you respond within no time. You're very sharp. Where is the error? Barely 7 kilometers from the iconic Taj Mahal, the village, this is the subject, of Jatabs, a caste of leather workers and shoemakers with around 500 families. All this related to the subject but nothing to do with the subject and the verb agreement. So village singular. You cannot say lack. Village lacks because the sentence is in present tense. It's a fact. The subject is third person singular. We should add s or es to the verb. The village lacks basic amenities and health facilities, including toilets and drinking water. Go to sentence number 4. Where is the error? Lack of goes with a different pattern. They could not achieve success due to lack of something. That is one pattern. They lacked something. Another pattern. Two different patterns. Please go to sentence number 4, a lengthy sentence. Yes, the last, excuse me, Nagasuriya has got it right. The first one, I suppose. Who is that? Yes. After that, Shiv Kumar, then Bharat, all these. What is this 7 kilometer? Where is it? No, 7 kilometers from. You cannot use 7 kilometer. You cannot use a singular form. So where is the error here? The last word is not correct. Excuse me, I have a bad throat. It is personnel, not personal. Please excuse me. Sorry about that. Squeaky voice, bad throat. So personnel, what is the spelling? P-E-R-S-O. N-N-E-L. Yes. So second, I thought it noted. What is this noted? You're going back. Yakub. Noting that. No, noted that. Noting that is correct. For the second time, who attempted the examination for the second time, he talks about, they said, students said, they said something. related to that, noting that it was easier than last year. Not noted that. It is part of the actual clause. Said. Please go to the next one. We are running out of time. What is this posing? Where? Please mention the question number. Only then I can make out. Here there is one word apprehended, juveniles, juvenile delinquency. I have given the concept. Juveniles means young people. Juvenile delinquency, crime related to youngsters, young people. Where is this have? You guys are with. Please mention the question number. Otherwise, not possible to. Where is have? I cannot answer. Please mention only then. Yes, this is, if we are talking about question number 4, I appreciate that. I don't know the student, but the police on Sunday said it should have been they had arrested. But the newspaper language, usually what they do, they don't change. This is what I have noticed. But strictly speaking, it should be, because the reporting verb is in past, they had arrested, not have arrested. And one more error, personnel. That's very good. I appreciate that student. Who is that? Fine. Please go to the next one. Rajshekhar, you're all going back. Where is where? Question number 4. Question number 4, I don't see where. Maybe you're talking about from previous year's papers. Who is this? Phanendra Kumar. I appreciate that. It was your doubt. Okay. Sentence number 5, where is the error? Today, a lot of questions I appreciate, but I have to keep in mind the time factor. From facing financial difficulties to overcoming technical problems, many advocates practicing in the capital had to adapt to the unprecedented challenges thrust by the COVID-19 pandemic. You have a look at that. Quickly, I'll go to. I don't see the word where here. Okay. Now, where is the error? No one has got it right. Which case? What do you mean by that? Employees, personnel means employees of a particular organization. If you're asking about the meaning, personnel, police personnel, personnel, employees of an organization, a company. No one has got it right. I think now I see the first one, Lakshmi has got it right. After that, I see one more. Who is that? Vishwanath has got it right. Asa Singh has got it right. Very good. Here it is not practicing. Practicing. It is not C-I-N-G. It should be S-I-N-G. Practicing. What is the difference? Practice. You have got many a time. Competitive exams, they have given more than 10 times. Practice, noun. Practice, verb. Here, many advocates practicing in the capital. It should be S-I-N-G. Those who have got this right, I really appreciate. Those who haven't got it right, you should be more careful and cautious, and you should respect every word. That is important. Please go to sentence number 6 quickly. Sentence number 6, where is the error? Easy one, but under pressure, not easy. There are two words they have given so many times. One is practice, practice, the other one. So this is a noun, this is a verb. C-E-S-E. The last sentence, the emphasis on multidisciplinary learning should help India to take. Where is the error? The emphasis on multidisciplinary learning should help India to take. Should help India. Do you have to use to? Yes. Should help India take advantage of its demographic dividend and bolster, improve all round growth in the 21st century. You should not use to here. Which sentence, Manisha, which sentence? To overcoming. Yes, here, from facing financial difficulties to overcoming. Here it is parallel expression, facing, overcoming. Now, absolutely no problem. Let us go to vocabulary from today's editorial. And yesterday someone said, I don't remember the color, yellow, blue, I suppose, not clear. Black, yes. So I hope yellow, black, they stand out. What is the first word here? Please answer quickly. We are running out of time. Top notch, part of speech, write the part of speech. Dividend, demographic dividend means something like advantage. Indian population, if you take the population right now, we have a lot of youngsters, and that is the advantage to the country, and that is what precisely we call demographic dividend. But unfortunately, the skill set is a factor to be worried about. Help, because of the causative verb help. Here, the emphasis on multidisciplinary learning should help India take advantage of. Help India to take, that is not correct. What is the verb here? Causative verb. Make, help, they don't take, the preposition to. One adjective, obviously, now it is clear, I'm happy. What is the answer? Top notch. Of highest quality. C is the answer, not I. One, what is the answer? C. What is the second one? Indomitable spirit. This is also, you all should have that, being young, dynamic, ambitious. You should have, besides those qualities, you should have indomitable spirit. Part of speech adjective, what does it mean? Impossible to defeat. This is, where is the first one? Of highest quality. I. Deflect, part of speech verb, means what? Where is this? Cause to change direction. Mine, in this context, it is a verb. Otherwise, it is a possessive pronoun. You all know that. And what is the meaning of that? Extract. Answer is A. Testament, part of speech, noun. Meaning also attestation. That is also a noun. Attestation. Wither, part of speech, verb. It is a regular verb. Wither, withered, withered. You could also think of the related word wilted. Wither or wilt. But wilt, generally it goes with plants. This also goes with plants, but it goes with persons as well. And what is the meaning of that wither? Where is it? Fall into decay. Summon. Summon in this context. To increase your courage, to gather your courage. Here, summon verb, to increase your courage. It is F. What is the next one? Brink. Brink, part of speech, noun. What does it mean? Extreme edge. Edge is also a noun. Deflect already over. Quest, part of speech, a long or arduous search. D. Quest, noun. Sequestered, actually it is a verb, but used as an adjective. What does it mean? Isolated and hidden away. Some of the words we have got for the first time. So, has anyone got all the 10 correct? Decrease, deteriorate. In the meantime, indomitable, an important word. Impossible to defeat, valiant, courageous, stalwart, plucky, resolute, mettlesome. Remember, I'm sorry. Remember, indomitable, important word. Important word, again important word. Plucky, not that important. Resolute, important. And mettlesome is also important. Now let us go to the next exercise, parajumble. Again, international context, not easy, unfamiliar context. Please read, spend a minute, try to get the correct order. 8 is also pretty good. Quest, part of speech, noun. The quest for something. It could be a verb, but used as a noun. The quest, he has the quest. He has what? The quest for excellence. Thank you very much, Manasa. Nice of you. I don't think I deserve that. A long way to go. Oh, thank you very much. Who is this? Viresh. Welcome to the platform. Welcome to the session. You're interesting. You find it interesting. Glad to know that. So what is the first one here? Some students say C. Yes. But it is not the answer. No. One is not C. No one has got it right. Surprising. It is B. The Odyssey, journey of 27 migrants stranded on board a tanker for 38 days, has finally come to an end. No. One is B. After that, should not be that difficult. What is the second sentence? It starts with a journey. It starts with the Odyssey. After that, based on that information, A is the second one. Very good. Dilip Rathod. Perfect. Dilip, you got it right. What is the second one? The Odyssey of 27 migrants stranded on board a tanker for 38 days has finally come to an end as the passengers were finally allowed to disembark in Sicily. That is the second one. And what is the third one? BAC. No. The third one is D. In what has been described as the longest standoff in European maritime history. So these three, one group, BAD, bad. What is the next one? Fourth one. Fourth one is C. On 5th August, the Danish tanker Maersk Etienne responded to requests from Maltese authorities to help. Request to help. So what is the fifth one? Help an overcrowded boat in distress carrying 27 asylum seekers, including a pregnant woman. These three, one group. What is the next one? C, F, and E. This is the correct order. Let us check. Here it starts with the journey. That is the most important thing. And it talks about why it has come to an end. Why? Because the passengers were finally allowed to disembark in Sicily. And this has been described as the longest standoff in European maritime history. After that, on 5th August, then it talks about requests. They received the request from Maltese authorities. Request for what? To help an overcrowded boat in distress carrying 27 asylum seekers, including a pregnant woman and a child. These three, one group. So, not easy under pressure. This is, I don't know how you're going to receive this only for today, but based on response, we'll see. Here you see 5 pics or images. Based on those, you have to guess the idiomatic expression. I know it is not easy. 2 reasons. Lengthy sentences, unfamiliar context. Do remember, unfamiliar context, not easy. Nothing to worry. But here it goes with music. This is a bit difficult to make out. Music, or I will try to. The first one is, now you can easily make out. Music, touching something, cash you see, and you see torn and neat and polished. Based on these, you try to guess the idioms. I don't know whether you can do it or not. Let us give it a try. What is the first one? Face the music. Very good. Who is this? I appreciate. Oh, wonderful. A lot of students. Yes. Shamala. Then I see who else? Surendra. After that, I see Manasa, Sunanda. A lot of students. Naidu. Very good. Venkata also. That is not a pie. Face the music means what? Face the consequences. Face the consequences. This is, I'm giving the answers, lose touch. Touching something, you lost your touch, means you're not able to do something. And receive kickbacks. What is the next one? Receive kickbacks. Receive kickbacks means what? Receive bribe, to become corrupt. And rags to riches. What is the last one? Rags to riches. From a very poor state to a very rich state. So what are the 4 idioms? Face the music means what? Face the consequences. Lose touch, not able to do something that is, once you are very good at that, now you are not able to do that. I lost touch with something. Receive kickbacks. This you must be knowing, they use quite often in the newspapers. And rags to riches, from very poor state to very rich state. Example of Dhirubhai Ambani, a rags to riches story. How do you find this? Easy or difficult? Interesting or not interesting? Not relevant. How can you say that? Oh, who is this? Dikshit. I don't agree. Why do you say not relevant? Here they are facing the music, some sort of music. That's why I mentioned. First one is not easy, perhaps. But this one, touching something, lose touch, and receive kickbacks, receiving something, and easy to make out, torn and neat and polished. They are relevant, not easy to make out. I don't agree, Dikshit. They are relevant, beyond any doubt. I have not created them. Thank you very much. Now let us go to the headlines. Interesting, fine. What are the headlines here? Oh, you don't see. Fine. Status quo, an important foreign expression, foreign words. No, only for a second, now you can see. On LAC after Jaishankar Wang meet. No, first one is not easy, in my opinion. The third and fourth, they are relevant, appropriate, and if you look at them very carefully, you can easily make out, provided you know the idioms. The third image and the fourth image, they are crystal clear, they are apt, they are relevant, beyond any doubt. Maybe the first one, difficult to make out from the image, but the second one, again related to touching. At least you could have guessed something to do with the touch. Still, I don't agree, Dikshit. Second, third and fourth perfect images. Now let us go to status quo means what? What is the meaning? It all depends on, see, Dikshit, I don't know from which angle you say they are not relevant, but if you know the idiom, they are very much relevant and you will be able to answer. If you don't know the idioms, definitely you don't think they are relevant. It all depends on the perception and the background. I'm not the right person to answer that. Shima Jyotula. Current affairs, I'm not the right person. I don't want to talk about that. Let us go to, so what is the meaning of this? Rags to riches, Abhilash. No, Jyotula, I'm not the right person. You should ask the person who teaches current affairs. I teach English, not current affairs. Status quo means what? Existing state of affairs. That is right. Go to the next one. Death, hunger, stock, American, stoke, British pronunciation. Village in Agra. What is the meaning of this word? Thank you, Dikshit. I appreciate you have the right to express your views. Absolutely no problem. Whatever I say does not mean that you have to agree. You have to be. There's one idiomatic expression, dancing to the tunes of someone. You don't have to dance to the tunes of the master. If you have an opinion, you should be bold enough to express. Right or wrong, I will present my view. After that, you can decide whether you have to listen to the master, not to listen to the master. That is your choice. Then the ball is in your court. But never hesitate to express your views. I always appreciate. So it means to follow someone, to follow something. That's what it means, an important word. Usually it goes with persons. Follow someone or something. It has a negative connotation. Go to the third one. There are three words. Case study, technical glitches, financial crunch, and evading clients. All negative words. So what is the meaning of technical glitch? Quite often we experience. At least we experienced in the past. Thank God now we don't have. Please go to the first word, glitches. You all know that. Glitch means what? That is another meaning. You're right. Who is this? Surendra. Stalk also means the stem of a plant. The regular meaning. Very good. It means the stem. STEM, stem of a plant. But in this context, it doesn't mean that. Glitches, problems. Technical glitches, technical problems. Financial crunch. What is the meaning of crunch? A difficult state. What else? Crunch, financial crunch. Means shortage, financial shortage of money, financial problem, financial hindrance. You could talk about crunch. Something is tight, financial aspect. It talks about crisis also, right? Shortage, crisis, perfect. What is the next one? This is also an important word. Evading. Evading clients. Means what? Not exactly removing. Evading means avoiding, escaping, dodging. Escape, dodge, avoid. Those are the words you have to think of. Dodge, avoid, escape. Smoke chokes US West Coast as wildfire rages on. Choke usually goes with persons. While speaking, I choked. We choke because sometimes what happens while eating, something gets stuck here. Then we get choked. That is one situation. Another situation, emotional. We become emotional, then also we choke. To get suffocated. Choke means what? To feel suffocated. That is another meaning. Choke as a noun. If you have a bike, you all know choke. That's a different meaning altogether. It doesn't go with this context. Choke here means block, suffocated. Sir, the third idiom, can you please tell me if there are any relative idioms? There are related idioms you mean. Grease the palm. Someone has mentioned. Receive kickbacks, grease the palm. You could use that also. It goes with corruption, bribe. What is the last one? Osaka asserts her supremacy. What is the meaning of assert? That is a technical word. Attribute. Attribute means to make something responsible for something else. I attribute my success to my parents. Means what? You got success. They ask you to speak. Then what do you say? I attribute my success to my parents. Means you give that credit to your parents. That's what it means. Who asked that question? Shiv Kumar. So what is the last one? Assert. Assertive. This is an important word. Tomorrow you get selected, you get the job at the workplace, you should be assertive. Means what? To be firm. To make your stand crystal clear and not to yield, not to surrender. Assert. To be firm. To tell something firmly or to show something firmly. And do remember there is one important word, assertive. Usually people are not assertive, but being assertive is an important quality, an important trait at the workplace. If you're not assertive at the workplace, you will face problems, not advisable. Now the last slide, it's already 9:06. Please respond quickly. You have already learnt all these words, so don't write the part of speech, you can write later. Just tell the meaning, and I want only 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that. Toxic. Please respond the last slide, consolidation. Typical example, attribute. When people get success, they're asked to speak on stage. Then they use the word. I attribute my success usually to my parents. And you can mention anything. Toxic means what? Poisonous. We'll do it fast. Hooch means what? Second one, quick. One person, illegal drug. No. Let us check other options. Illicit liquor. Answer is E. What is the second one? E is the second one. And scourge, important word. What does it mean? Cause great suffering. H. And what is the fourth one? Very good, you got it right. Who is that? Bharat and Shankar. And go to the fourth one. Fast. What is the answer for peddled? Peddle, B, sold. Very good. I appreciate that. Not easy. Desperate. Desperate, an easy one. What is the meaning of desperate? Desperate for a job. Badly in need of. Go to the sixth one, moonshine. Oh, you guys are with the fourth one. I have written the fifth one. Fifth one is G. Please go to the sixth one. Now I see fifth, 4, 5. I want you guys to go to the sixth one. Yes, of course. Monday to Saturday. What is the answer, the sixth one? No one has responded. Yes, moonshine, foolish talk. C is the answer. Very good. Who is that? Raghu has got it right. And also Aishwarya has got it right. Very good. Go to the next one. Inflict. Force someone to experience something, usually negative. Seventh one, J. And affluent families, affluent societies means what? Wealthy, rich, stinking rich, filthy rich, typical related words. Narcotic means illegal drug. Narcotic, illegal drug. Chronic, persistent, lasting for a long time. Chronic means what? Lasting for a long time. Chronic goes with diseases. Has anyone got all the 10 correct? That is highly appreciable. Some of these words are not easy. And if you remember all the 10, that is amazing, wonderful, incredible. That's all for today. It's already 9 past 9. I would like to stop here. Thank you very much for being with me. 9 past 9, about 200 students. Have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow with another editorial to enrich your language proficiency. Thank